Marcus was not rich. He was not a tech founder. He was not a Wall Street trader. He did not have a wealthy family. He did not have a second income. He did not read financial books. What Marcus had was a coffee habit, a $3 decision, and 40 years. Every morning, Marcus bought a cup of coffee, $3, and every morning, he also put $3 into an index fund. Not $60, not $100, not some aggressive savings plan that required a spreadsheet and a finance degree. $3 a day. He started at 22. He never increased the amount. He never thought about it. He never worried about it. And by the time he was 62, that $3 habit had quietly become $573,000. This is not a story about getting rich. This is a story about something more powerful than that. This is a story about never having to worry about money again. And exactly how little it takes to get there. Stay until the end. Because the number that will actually change your life is not the 500,000. It is the 3. The day he made the decision. Marcus was 22 years old and working his first real job. A junior logistics coordinator at a shipping company in Ohio. Take-home pay, $2,800 a month. His apartment cost $900. His car insurance cost $140. His groceries ran about $220. Utilities, phone, the basics, another $200. By the end of the month, Marcus had approximately $340 left over. And like most 22-year-olds, he spent it. Not on anything extravagant. Weekends with friends, a streaming subscription or two, the occasional takeout, a coffee every morning on the way to work. Ordinary life. One evening in October, Marcus was sitting at his kitchen table looking at his bank account. The balance was $47, and it was the 18th of the month. He was not panicking. He had food. He had a roof. His bills were paid. But sitting there looking at that number, he had a feeling he could not shake. That if something went wrong tomorrow, a car repair, a medical bill, a job loss, he had nothing. Not broke, just unprotected. He opened his phone. He was not looking for a get-rich-quick scheme. He was not dreaming of a yacht. He just wanted to feel like if something went wrong, he would be okay. He searched 3 words. How to start. What he found that night was simple enough to feel almost embarrassing, and powerful enough to change the rest of his life. The $3 rule. The concept he found had a name. Some people call it micro-investing. Others just call it automatic investing. Marcus called it the only financial plan he had ever been able to actually stick to. The rule was this. Every day, without thinking about it, without checking the market, without waiting for a better moment, $3 would leave his checking account and go directly into a total market index fund. Not when the market was up, not when the market was down. Every day, automatically, regardless. Why $3? Because $3 was the price of his morning coffee, and Marcus had a simple rule for himself. For every dollar he spent on something he enjoyed, he would send the same amount to his future self. He was not cutting out the coffee. He was not depriving himself of anything. He was simply deciding that his future self deserved the same investment as his morning cup. $3 a day, $91 a month, $1,095 a year. He set up the automatic transfer on a Sunday afternoon. It took 11 minutes, and then he never thought about it again. He did not follow the stock market. He did not read financial news. He did not check his portfolio balance. He just let the transfer happen the same way his rent came out, automatically, invisibly, without his involvement. The secret to Marcus's system was not the $3. It was the fact that the $3 never required a decision. What $3 actually does. Here is where most people stop reading. They do the maths. $3 a day, $91 a month. Over 40 years, that is $43,800 contributed. And they think that is not a life-changing amount. They are looking at the wrong number. Because Marcus was not just saving $3 a day, he was investing it in a total market index fund that tracked the performance of the entire American stock market. And the American stock market, over the past 100 years, has returned an average of approximately 10% per year. Not every year. Some years it crashed. Some years it soared. But on average, over long periods, 10%. So what happens to $3 a day at 10% annual returns over 40 years? It becomes $573,000. He contributed $43,800. The market added $529,000. He put in 8% of that total. Time and compounding put in 92. This is what Albert Einstein, whether or not he actually said it, is famously credited with calling the eighth wonder of the world. Compound interest. The money Marcus put in was not doing the work. Time was doing the work, and time is the one resource that everyone has right now and nobody can buy back later. The years that tested him. Marcus's plan was tested almost immediately. In year 3, the stock market dropped 23%. His $300 and something of investment shrank on paper. His friends told him to pull out. "It is going to zero," one of them said. Marcus checked his account. Then he closed the app and kept the transfer running. In year 9, he got laid off. He was out of work for 4 months. He reduced the transfer to $1 a day. Not zero. $1. When he found a new job, he went back to 3. In year 15, he got married, then a mortgage, then 2 kids. Life got expensive in every direction. He never increased the amount. He never decreased it either. $3. Every day. Through the mortgage, through the school fees, through the car repairs, through the years when money was tight and the years when it was looser. He did not touch the account. Not once. Not even when it would have been very easy to justify it. There is a version of this story where Marcus cashed out at 35 to handle a home renovation and ended up with nothing at 62. That version is common. This version is rare. The only difference between them is a single decision made 27 years earlier. The morning he stopped worrying. Marcus is 62 now. He still works. Not because he has to, because he wants to. His portfolio, the one funded by $3 a day for 40 years, sits at $573,000. He does not think about it every day. He does not check it every week. He checks it 4 times a year, more out of curiosity than anxiety. He told his daughter about it last Christmas. She is 24. She rolled her eyes at first. Then she asked how to set it up. She set up $2 a day, $2, because that was what she felt comfortable starting with. If she keeps it going for 40 years, her $2 a day becomes $382,000. Marcus asked her one thing before she set it up. "What do you spend $2 on every day without thinking about it?" She said, "A sparkling water." He said, "Perfect." Financial peace is not built in one big moment. It is built in 40 years of $3 decisions that nobody around you even notices. $3 a day is $91 a month. Invested in a total market index fund at the market's historical average of 10% over 40 years becomes $573,000. $2 a day becomes $382,000. $5 a day becomes $955,000. $1 a day becomes $191,000. You do not need to start with 3. You need to start with whatever amount you would not notice missing, not the amount that impresses you, the amount you will not talk yourself out of. Now, the number I told you to stay for, the number that will actually change your life, is not the $573,000. It is not even the $3. It is the number of days between right now and the day you set up the transfer. Because every day you wait is a day the market works without you. If this story made you think about your own $3, share it with someone who needs to hear it. Subscribe to Capital Explained. Every week, we tell the financial stories that change how you think about money. This is Capital Explained. We'll see you in the next one.